We are live with Marc Siegel. What is up, Marc Siegel?
How are you? I'm so fired up. I just have to say, Blanca is amazing. We literally just had a strat call about how we're going forward with some of our business and social media campaign and what have you. And I'm just like, I'm doing this, I have this, I have this, I have this. And Blanca's like, you know what? We need to go live like right now and just fly off the cuff and tell everyone because we were getting dizzy just talking about what I am doing, what's coming up, and so we just wanted to go live, impromptu, say hello to everybody, chock full of agenda, fill up your January calendar, and let's rock and roll. So
if anybody has any questions about what Marc's saying, and look, Camille Robb already says hi.
Hey, Camille, the fabulous one. Oh, we'll be speaking about you on this agenda, and I want to say thank you for the over 60 new members invited in 48 hours to the Spectacular Small Business Owner Group. We actually broke Facebook. I can't even believe it. I have a ticket into the tech support. We literally tilted it, and I have to pause all member requests, and there's another 50 plus in the back queue waiting. So thank you, Camille.
That is incredible. Thank you, Camille Robb. Camille's incredible. She sells cell phone service. Shout out to Camille Robb. Go to her Facebook page, and all of the proceeds of those cell phones that Camille sells, her company, ACN, donates to the homeless, and all of the money Camille makes, a portion of that, she donates to the homeless. So big shout out to Camille Robb. All right, so what's on the agenda today? What do you want?
Yeah, so, what's funny is, and just so people can get an idea, I'm going to just go right off the cuff of everything that we just spoke about right now, and you'll get an idea of what's been going on in my world, what's going to be going on in your world. And again, I'm always sharing, and everyone's welcome in all of it. So the first thing I want to talk about is that I am right now in the middle of Tony Robbins' Business Mastery 2, which is, we all know, it's absolutely crazy. As I look at the left corner of that graphic there, that was when I actually won Business Mastery 1 in roughly a year ago today in West Palm, put together over 400 people, the largest team in history. And we raised over $45,000 for Australian wildlife. And then that's me up there trying to speak to the big guy, but basically crying of joy. And while I'm at it, just want to say I'll never forget what I said. I want to thank you for helping me be a better husband to my beautiful queen over there. I want to thank you for being a better, amazing dad to my great children. And I want to thank you for inspiring me to start a business that I helped serve more people in the prior year than the prior decade.
Wow. And Tony Robbins, that is a huge shout out to Tony for making you everything.
Huge shout out, changed my life. I'm getting goosebumps right now. And then we'll talk another time. But then the next Business Mastery, which was virtually 8 months later, got the W again, raised 50 grand for the homeless, saved 30 children from human trafficking. And right now I am in the middle of day 3 of Business Mastery 2, which gets a little more into the nuts and bolts about, processes, finding your ideal customer, irresistible offers, margins, social media. It's just phenomenal. I actually just wanted to dip out to just let it all soak in. And then about 2-ish, we're going to go back on for another 7-hour stretch. So that's what's present to me right now for starters. Coming up next, as I hang this up, before I jump back onto Tony Robbins' Business Mastery 2, I will be on Clubhouse. So unless you've been under a rock or don't have Apple products, which I don't, but I stole my son's iPad to have one, I will be helping my dear friend Jen Dalton, who is running a room on Clubhouse. And for those of you who don't know what Clubhouse is, think podcast with interaction. New app in beta, went from a few thousand people to probably over 1 million users. It will be the next Facebook or Instagram. I am blessed enough to have been able to get the name at Marc Siegel. So it's pretty easy to find me, follow me, ping me. But I'm going to jump on Jen Dalton's page with another gentleman. They're actually going to be talking about relationships. So if you can gain any insight from that, and we know laws of life, laws of love.
Michelle Schwartz on Clubhouse. She's the love expert coach.
Well, guess what? Let's get her on there. Let's get everyone on there.
All right.
It's a platform that is mind bending. I've been in rooms with Grant Cardone, Kevin Harrington, Oprah Winfrey, some pretty legit players, and you can hear and interact. And as Tony says, proximity is power. Where are you going to get in a room with Grant Cardone and watch a $20 million deal go down live, like on the fly? Think whatever you watched on Shark Tank, but no cameras, reality in there doing it. So that's what I'm going to do next before I jump on. But again, we'll be talking about relationships. It'll be fantastic.
Johnny Regan, founder of the Global Vision Conference, has checked into your show live with Mark. He says, hello, great to be here.
Johnny Regan, and what's great is I see the comments coming through now. So thank you everyone for coming on. This, again, was completely impromptu. And I'll just say over and over, this is a testament to Blanca. Like, we literally were just talking on the phone, and she's like, oh my God, you want to go live? I'm like, do I want to go live? Of course. And like that. That's how you have the laws of life of live. So there we go. The triple L. We're making new monikers, and the marketing brain is going. Sorry, I'm on fire. No caffeine, no pre-workout, just life, ready to rock and roll. You know what? Jumping all around while I'm talking to you. I'm present to this because tomorrow is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day.
Okay.
So for those of you who know and own this beauty already, this is Black Clover official hat. This is Quantum Performance CBD.
Okay.
We will have the link put up there, but it's on quantum-pt.com right now, or you can even go to quantumperformancecbd.com and look for this hat. I am donating 50% of the proceeds of these hats to Operation Underground Railroad, which helps fight human trafficking. The goal tomorrow is to sell 44 of these hats, okay? And then we're going to save a child. It's $1,200 to save a child. So half of it's going to pay for the hats. The other half is going to go to charity. I'm literally making dollars on this. This isn't about margins. This isn't about product pushing. This is about helping children in need. It's just, please, if I ever ask for some support, this is what you want. And for those of you who are in the Robbins community as well as all around the world, these are the best hats I've ever worn in my life. I have 20-something of them, but obviously this one is my favorite. So let's put this back on for some energy.
Woo!
And while we're at it, let's talk about tomorrow, Top Talent JV Mastermind.
Talk to me.
Boom. OMG. I think most of you in my circle and world are registered. 3 days straight, scheduled for 11 to 4 EST. So I speak EST talk. But in any event, this is where you want to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There are over 400 people so far registered attending. So think hundreds of people at a time in a Zoom. Think 20 plus networking breakouts. Think content. Think learning. Think about learning copy and marketing and advertising and how to launch a TV show, a podcast, a book. David Fagan has launched multiple books. Bernardo Moyo is media king. Isabel is David's wife, who's done legendary stuff. I'm even proud to have my picture on a graphic with some of those people, and I'm blessed and honored. And most importantly, kind of, because I am blessed that I'm going to speak Wednesday morning. I'm going to kick us off Wednesday morning. And I believe it'll be 10 a.m., but just stay tuned. we'll have the exact time. We'll get it to you, but I'm kicking off the final day and getting us going. So that's going to be fantastic. Tuesday, I'm just thinking out loud. When Blanca has her Laws of Life call at 11, which you know it, you've been there, you love it, it's fantastic. When that call is over, you get on over to the Top Talent JV Mastermind, because I'm telling you right now, I believe it's once a quarter or so they do this, and it impacted my personal life and my business tremendously, and I know it will help every single person that goes on. And then when all that's over and your brain hurts, on Thursday, the Spectacular Small Business Owner Call is back with fire. Last Thursday was like, I think I said it in our private group. I didn't know whether I wanted to laugh, dance, cry, work out. It was a 2-hour call. It started as networking, it morphed into masterminding, which morphed into a love festival and a charity conversation and connections being made. And what really blew my mind is, again, Blanca, while we're talking, is like, oh my God, let's just go live right now. And I didn't even know what was happening.
But it's so powerful because you had so many things to report on, to share with the community. And this is what it's all about, is what you do every day at your networking group. It's amazing. Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really great. And a huge shout out to Camille, as I said earlier, inviting over 60 plus people. We legitimately, I've never in my life seen this, broke the member counter on the group. Because those of you who know, Marty Silbernick was number 200 from HNP, Happy Neighborhood Project. We'll talk about that another time because our brains are going to burst. But while I'm saying it, South Florida, Wednesdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., we are now the #1 group out of 59 in the country. I promised you, Edwin, 30 days ago when we were at 36 people that we would be #1, and we had 61 on our call Wednesday. And I promise you, we will be over 75 within 30 days. We will be second only to the World Call, which is Fridays at 2 p.m. EST, which had 159, I believe, 2 days ago. So, wow, so much going on. So yes, Spectacular Small Business Owners. Also, Olivia Hill, which is a friend of Camille, threw in another dozen or so. Paul Valak, HNP, I see has another dozen or so in the queue. Claudio, who I met through Blanca, we had like a 2-hour one-on-one after our 2-hour call. Yeah, I didn't even tell you, Blanca, and we were just like on tilt already. And I think he has another dozen or 2 dozen he just put into the queue as I'm talking to you. So on a technical side, please, I apologize if we're delaying to get you into the group because I want it to be registered and recognized. I even started going into each person individually. Thank you for joining the group. Thank you for joining the group. I thought we had a handful. Then I looked and it said 60, 80, 90, and the numbers weren't reflecting. So I just backed off, wrote to Facebook, said, please get it all. Once the dust settles, we should be north of 250 plus. And then within a day or so, we'll be through 300. But this thing, I really have to say that this started with 2 people in, I don't remember exactly when, beginning of COVID. And we were going live, and it's okay when everyone talks about mindset and gratitude and being blessed. And listen, I love that stuff, as you all know. But the second anyone talked about their business or put a hyperlink or wanted to promote something, shut down, pull posts, blocked from the page on a lot of things during COVID. So I said, why don't we make the opposite? And I'm going to do it for 0. I'm not here to monetize it. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. And it was literally with 2 of us. And now we're going to be probably close to 300 by Wednesday. And I'm sure after JV this week, I don't even know where we'll be. north of 400 minimum inside of a week. So please join the group, put your sales up, put your flyers up, put your coupons up, your affiliate programs, go nuts. I'm calling you out. That's right. This is the group where I'm saying you will not be shunned. You are promoted to promote yourself. So please.
Especially in this time of COVID, we should all be constantly liking, commenting, and sharing one another's content. So what you've done with this spectacular small business group and just letting everyone be free to talk about their business, that's what we needed. And I think that's why everyone is joining. And also with a leader like you, they're getting excited about it. They feel welcome. And that's what it's about.
Thank you. Listen, I'm tickled pink about it. To be honest, I didn't expect this kind of growth, and I feel like it's just picking up steam. And you know, I have already had people that came back to me saying they've already gotten connections, they've already done charity, they've already done business, and they just joined the group like a week or two ago. So this is just going to keep going. It's like a big snowball coming downhill. It's picking up speed. It's picking up momentum. Olivia Hill is my CPA connection at best for making your taxes. Rest at peace. Perfect. See, this is what it's all about.
Yep.
Olivia is a CPA who's probably in the Orlando area. And now, boom, everyone, you need a CPA. Reach out to Olivia, because I'll tell you, be very frank with you, I've never spoke with her. I never met her.
Right.
But I love her because she's a beautiful soul, because she's bringing people. She's bringing people. She sees the value. She sees the message, and she wants in. And then, I mean, like, I think about it. When I talk on HNP and I say, everyone, please bring 2 people to the networking call next week. And I hear, Blanco always say, hey, if we bring 1 person, 2 people. What if everyone in the group of the 2 and change people brought 2 people? We'll be at 500 like that. And then the 500 brings 2, and we're at 1,000. And all of a sudden, this thing just starts going parabolic, geometric growth. And now we have 1,000, 2,000 people. And I mean, it could just go. And speaking of big groups, because I'm just going through the month of January in my head, the New World, New You Challenge with Tony Robbins, which is free on Facebook, free, on January 21st to 25th. I cannot stress enough that this is the event. Yep, that's my dude right there. If you haven't been, if you haven't attended live events, Date with Destiny, UPW, Business Mastery, Life Mastery, Wealth Mastery, whatever the reason is or the situation is, you want to attend this event. It is free. Come in, get some nuggets, get some knowledge, get some growth. And you want to talk about a group? 368,000 people already in this group. So that's what I'm talking about, the power of networking, the power of sharing, the power of serving. So, I mean, I could just talk for months and months and days about it, which I won't, but this is what it's all about. And those of you who know me from that community know that, it changed my life. It changed my business. It changed my personal life. It changed how I interact with people. Yes. Shout out Brian Spector. Much love. And I'm going to just keep going impromptu while I'm rolling. And I didn't even tell Blanco or anyone this story. And I want to literally, this is a great, speaking about how, 6 degrees of separation and proximity is power, and Brian Spector, watch this. For those of you who remember months back, I helped a family in Boca Raton, which I don't even think I even knew you back then or connected you. Their son is 5, has a rare genetic disease that is terrible. And U of F is working on it, and they need a couple $1 million in order to make this medication, I don't know the exact wording, or gene therapy to save this boy's life. I had Brian Spector said, listen, my friend, his son has a situation. You know me, empath. How do we help him? What can we do? So we got the Big Show, the WWE wrestling champion, to do some video. We got Keyshawn Johnson from the New York Jets to do a video. Dick Vitale from ESPN and God knows a million different things to do a video. My friend Brian Gallant in Canada got one of the female WWE champions to do a video. And, you know, I'm at dinner last night with 6 of us, and I just mentioned how I'm networking and I like to help and serve people. And this guy we're with goes, it's a total shot in the dark, Mark, but do you ever hear of a guy, David Ogman? And I'm like, oh, you mean his son Jordan that I helped do a promotion and and I tell him the whole story? He's like, that's my brother-in-law. And I just like, you know, and the girl next to us, I remember she's like, oh, okay, yeah, the 7 million people or whatever in Florida, you know, how do you know Mark's going to know? The first name, and it's his sister who gave birth to that beautiful soul. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And we would just, I woke up this morning still and I was like, I am dumbfounded that out of, I think it's right, like about 7 million people or so in Florida that never met this guy. Hey, come out to dinner. Sure, great to meet you. And he's like, yeah, David Ogman's my brother-in-law. And, you know, so the point, I guess, of all that is A, we're all connected. We are all closer to each other than we think. You know, you do something for everyone. Exactly. I just feel you just keep throwing the good out there, and you know, you could go on and on about these stories about how you do something for someone and you don't expect anything in return, and 10, 20 years later something happens or whatever. But like, that was just summing it all up. So yeah, that's what's going on between now and January 25th. My God, just imagine everything I said is the next 15 days.
Well, me, what we just did in the webcast is so even more powerful than what we did in social media. Because
Oh, yeah.
number one, we're live. Number two, interaction from the audience. So to me, webcasting, the newest form of social media, the newest way to truly connect. And I think you, the way you're leading the community, it's unbelievable. I can't wait. January is going to be explosive.
Yep, we're walking on fire for all my fellow fireworkers, and what's scary is if we had like a hot minute of prep for this, or to tell some people, I've got a bunch of my people listening to Jen Dalton right now because I want to repeat Clubhouse is an audio, not a video. I've got the other half of my community right now engaged in Business Mastery 2 with Tony Robbins. So what I'm going to do is when this is all over, I'm going to jump into Clubhouse, go help support my friend, then go jump back to Business Mastery 2. But when the dust settles somewhere, I'm going to start sharing this out because I would love everyone, you know, I don't even know how long we went for, but a few takeaways of this is A, you need to connect with Blanca on a lot of different levels. B, you need to think bigger and think global. Get out of your little comfort zone. Stop living in scarcity. Live in abundance. Go make an impact and dive in. And I guess C is just connect with me because as you can see, I love to help. I want to connect everyone with everyone. I actually used to have a T-shirt, and I have to just remake one up, but it said the connector, and it was like a plug going into an outlet. So I love to connect people. At the end of the day, as I look at my, you know, necklaces and bracelets, and they say love and purpose and connect, you know, this is what I'm about. I'm leading with love. I lead with connections. I want to help serve everyone. And it's been coming back to me tenfold already. So this year, my goal is I'll just wrap it all up and say that my purpose now is to live in more abundance, passion, and success while serving others at the highest level. And that is on the bottom of my poster board that I wrote in Date with Destiny back in December. Might have changed a word or two, but to me, big buzzwords are abundance, passion, success, love, growth, contribution. I could go on and talk for this for hours, but I won't, because we wanted to do exactly, just briefly hop on, talk about this. Complete random while I'm just babbling on. I want to give a huge shout out to Rebecca Keat, my dear friend.
How do you
You
spell
know, so it's Rebecca, RebekahKeat. So we're watching Business Mastery 2 yesterday, and Tony picks her randomly.
that right?
And this is a beautiful soul who her business with her other half, Siri Lindley, who we love, gold medalist. Rebecca's an 8-time iron distance champion. They run Team Sirius Tri Club in Colorado. They grew their business 500% in the past 4 or 5 years. And you killed it, girl. I'm proud to call both of you friend. And I know your business is going to continue to grow exponentially. And it's Team Sirius, Siruis. And I know Blanca's ad-libbing. That's fine. And please listen. And this is what we're talking about, people. Like, we didn't discuss this, just so everyone's really clear. We just go. And this is a testament to Blanca that as I'm speaking about what's present to me, she's literally throwing graphics up. And, these are the people you want to be surrounded with. People that give, people that help run the Believe Ranch and Rescue, where they save horses.
Oh.
I believe they saved over 118 horses last year, and they have dozens in their ranch, which is the Believe Ranch and Rescue. And it's non-for-profit, and they run it all on their own.
Wow, we gotta have them.
We'd love to. And they have the #1 female triathlete club in the United States, and they are amazing. And I just was thinking about it because, Beck, I know you don't love being on camera, and it was all impromptu. This is my world, but you killed it, girl. And much love to all of you. And congratulations on 500+% growth. I know you will get over 1,000% growth as you continue, and I'm here to help you any way I can. And my friends are your friends, and everyone's friends. And see, just like this is how it's all going, and it's just all organically happening, and we will all be connected. One love, U2 and Mary J. Blige. I was listening to that this morning. That song just still. I think about being in the events with 15,000 people, just all, at the end we're putting our arms around each other and swaying and hugging and crying. And
well, you know what? I have a new idea, but I'm going to keep it behind the scenes, and we're going to talk about it next week on Marc's next live. These will be spontaneous lives when we have news to deliver, fresh, hot off the Marc Siegel presses. So what's your number one love life for the day after this amazing live? How do you end it up?
Oh man, how do I sum that all up into my number? I'll use my fraternity brothers and I quotes that we started when we were founding fathers of Sigma Alpha Mu, of the largest chapter in history of the world. If you're not going to go all the way, then why go at all?
I love it. I think that's the perfect.
And you're going to laugh that it's coincidence that our colors are purple and white. And if anyone who's watching this graphic, if you're not going to go all the way, then why go at all? And it's in purple and white. You can't make it up. That's our fraternity colors. And that just happens to be the graphic that we're using. Go in. there's one shot, there's one life, there's one world, there's one love. You know, I hear all these people, you know, I could go on and on and on about this, but there's talkers and there's doers. Be a doer. You know, we all know, find your purpose, find your why. Just dive in the pool. If you're not going to dive in the pool, if you're going to half-ass it, don't do it. There's plenty of people in this world that, oh my God, you know, I wish if I did this or I did that, or I'm too old, I'm too fat, I don't look good enough. What am I going to say? Do you know how many people I know that don't go do these lives because like, what would I say? I don't know what to say. Talk. Get on the mic. Look at Michelle Soro, Entertainment Channel, the E Channel. Dear great friend, she runs the Facebook Live Challenge. She called out half of America and said, go on Facebook and go live every day.
Join the webcasting coaching club and get a webcast in the Laws of Life Podcast Network. I will coach you. I will get you live. I'll give you the confidence you need. But you have so many resources to get there. But networking is a great way to start.
Right. Meet the people. So, because what I found is, you know, now that I know, I don't even know, thousands of people, if I'm not the expert in everything. And, you know, going back to Tony again, he always says, find the expert. You know, he has 78 businesses now. 78. They do over $6 billion a year in revenue, even in this economy. He can't know everything. I love the guy to death, but you can't be the master of everything. Find the expert. You don't know how to do this. You're like, oh my God, I wouldn't even know what to type, and what is this technology, and how do they hear me, and how do I live it and share it and stream it, and go get Blanca. She'll do it. We just did this on the fly. And this is like just getting started. You guys don't even imagine what's going to be happening this year. Like, this is really, for me, this is like the hockey stick growth year. It's just going to be geometric, parabolic. I'm using, like, I have them written on the whiteboards over here of just words that are, this is going to go. More fun in 21. That is something I just literally was saying the other day, and it's all about fun. I love this stuff. I live for it. I have fun when I do. You know, it doesn't even feel like work to me. Like when people are like, oh, when are you going to go to work? You know when I'm going to go to work? I'm going to get on networking calls. I'm going to go to events. I'm going to go help heal people. Samantha Foster, big shout out. Lifehouse Project. Thank you for that beautiful, impromptu, unplanned, non-asked for video in one day. One day of the drops. The next morning, she was running down a flight of stairs, and she didn't even realize till after the fact that it was helping her. The spray helping with her psoriasis in a day made her prompt her to do a video. Now we'll share that video with everyone. Now that'll go to Blanca, and Blanca will share that, and I will share that.
Wait, where is that video? Is it on Facebook?
That video was somewhere on, let's see, my page, I believe.
Well, the next live we do, we can play it during our next live.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do a screen share. We'll play it. But, you know, she's putting together a non-for-profit for domestically abused women and children, and and women that were trafficked. So, you know, she's looking to become the #1 non-for-profit in the world. Big aspirations, but you know what? Let's all help her. Yeah, Camille Robb, the spray is fabulous. Well, we know that. Thank you again. And I know you're enjoying that chocolate mint CBD with the CBN, which is helping you. Yeah, it tastes like Andy's candies. And I'll let Camille tell you. I think she said words like, I don't remember exactly, normally 2-3 hours of sleep in a row. First night, 8 hours.
Wow.
We've got a gentleman in Austin, Texas, who wears a Woot watch. For those of you who know, it's a very high-end tracker of sleep. He experienced 40% more REM in 6 days.
Wow.
So, random commercial plug. But again, it doesn't feel pushy or salesy because I'm helping, I'm healing. Again, for those of you who did do one-on-ones with me, for those of you who know me and know my backstory, I spent 10 years in finance chasing money. I took. How much money can I get? And I built a book of business to over $110 million. And all I did was take. And I made other people lots of money as far as the corporation.
And you weren't happy?
I wasn't happy. So it's about being fulfilled. I mean, look, so now instead of my $10,000 Breitlings, I wear a $300 Samsung watch. Instead of dripping with jewelry, I wear beads. You know, how many watches, how many suits, how many ties, how many Ferragamo belts and shoes can you get? You know, it's like, okay.
Baby, money doesn't buy happiness.
It doesn't. And I want people really to understand that. And that's why I'm going to replay this, because I want to share this with like the world. You know, success means something different to everyone. And a great quote, again, as I keep going back to Tony, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And that, to me, just rings in my head. You know, some people might think success is how many commas. Like, I think there's this group called the 2 Comma Club that Russell Brunson does with ClickFunnels. You have to be over 1 million to be in that group. So some people might say, if I don't have $1 million, I'm not happy. I've sat in the room with people that made hundreds of millions per year that were miserable. And you and I might think like, what? Like, how can you be miserable making 9 figures a year? I've spoke with them. I've cried with them. You know, maybe your business is doing 900 million, but you're going through a brutal divorce. Maybe you lost your child. Look at Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is the most successful hedge fund manager ever. Ever. I think he runs like, I don't even know, $100 billion. Net worth 20 something billion. Like, amazing. Lost his son. So I'm sure right now he would say, here's the chips, take it all back, give me my son. You know?
In a minute.
So think about that. And then again, while I'm just keep rambling on, because I could do this all day, but I really want to go back to help Jen Dalton and then go back to Tony, to the event that I'm in. You know, don't judge, because you don't know what's going on in people's worlds and people's lives. And, you know, everything's not always what it appears to be on the surface. Just remember that. You know, again, you could have all the money, but you could have loss. You know, on the flip side, I've met people that make less than $50,000 a year. They walk around like this all day, and they're like, "Ah!" I'm like, they got the beat up car. They're behind in their rent. They don't own a home. They don't have money in the bank. They are like, okay, but they're just happy. I mean, look at some of the people internationally, globally, that they don't have food, they don't have clothes, they don't have and like some of these countries, I see these kids walking around like they're like smiling, they're kicking like a rock around, and they have nothing, and they're happy. So that is their success. So that's all, because I could just do this for a few days straight, and not yet. When we create a summit, which will be coming, because we did the Space Lion Summit. I just spoke about it. One of the people that went to dinner last night was at it, and due to COVID, we try to keep it small. But you know, we had, I think, like 20 people or so, and we did meditating and priming and yoga and masterminding and networking and out to dinners, and I promise you this: there will be another one within 90 days. And that will be in whatever, I don't, if it's in Florida and we go back to the West Palm, Hilton and all that, great. If we go to Texas, if we go to Utah, we'll do it. So wherever we want it, we could do it. This party moves. It's mobile. So that's coming. And then we'll do a little more formal summit going out down the calendar of like hundreds of people of a lot of different things. So
I love it, my friend.
my heart and brain are ready to explode right now, Blanca. And thank you for just, impromptu throwing this up there. And I hope this serves people. I really think it will. And yeah, and I think the funny thing is we're not even going to feel the ramifications of this call until like 1 to 2 weeks out, because now people are going to, go on Clubhouse, like, what's that? And they're going to go listen, and they're going to go to JV next week and be like, oh my God, I met 200 people I don't even know what to do with. Like,
Yeah.
I have to stop my one-on-ones right now for the next 2 weeks because I'm so busy. And again, I'm not complaining. Thank God, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have that problem. I want everyone listening to this, watching this, everyone go share this. You all should have this problem. You know,
Links to all the events you've mentioned in the live feed for you.
yeah, thank you. And then Blanca's call, that's already a given. That's like on my, calendar. Every week when there's no events, it's Blanca Tuesday, HNP Wednesday, SSBO Thursday. That's like our anchor, our core. And again, while I'm rambling on, if you want some more advice, I'll throw it out there. Find your core, find your community, find your crew. Because on the other hand, I could say, you can go willy-nilly and just go on like 50 to 70 of these calls and events and summits and webinar a week, and then you get no work done. Because as my dear friend King Roth, Dallas, Texas, says, sometimes you just got to make bank. And that's why he's a 7-figure dude who is the #1 fragrance dealer in the state of Texas. And he is charitable, and he gives, and he serves. And he came from India. He came with nothing and self-made. And these are the kind of people that I surround myself with, because if you're in a room and you're the smartest or biggest person there, you're in the wrong room.
That is so true. That is, whew, man, the laws of life. You are a fountain of laws of life. I have found a laws of life fountain. Damn.
Yes, I'm spewing. I feel like a volcano. I'm a fire-walking volcano of laws of life. This is how again, just imagine when you feel like this all the time, pretty much, life is good.
That's amazing. And what another thing we can do is we have so many more episodes to look forward to together. It's an honor to collaborate with you, Marc. I love what you're doing in the community. You inspire me. You inspire all of us to be our best. So until the next Spontaneous Live, we're signing off.
Yes, here we go. Coming over to Clubhouse, Jen. I'll see you in a minute, or hear you in a minute.
Yeah.
Take care, Blanca. Thank you so much. It was a great way to, not even halftime it per se, because now I'm ready to go on fire some more.
Let's do this. Have a beautiful Sunday, and thank you for inspiring us.